You are here because you know something is wrong. You have felt it for many, many years. You vibrate at a very high frequency, and you've realized that the frequency that you hold has become a threat to them. You're tired of the lies. You're tired of the misinformation. You are here because you're seeking truth, because you understand. As a storm of unrestrained madness approaches. Welcome to Covert Radio.
They're funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, whose only goal is to vaccinate every human on the planet. So, let's tune into some chatter. I saw we got Rand Man in the house. Covert Radio's in the house. Welcome, welcome. We got Covert Radio in the house. Call of Duty in the house. Much appreciated, guys. Tonight and the past. I really do appreciate it.
How you doing, folks? It's Covert Radio. It's Sunday, January the 10th? I don't know. It's late. We're going to get right into it here. Can I ask you guys for a favor? Can you please take any one of my last couple videos and share them with one or two people? Post them somewhere on the internets. Share them on the interwebs somewhere, anywhere. On a blog, on a post, on your Facebook until you delete it, unless you've deleted it already. Can you please do that? And can you make sure you hit the little notification bell thing or whatever it is, and make sure you're subbed, because I've been getting a lot of emails like and messages. People are like, "Oh, I didn't even know you put new stuff up, man. This and that, you know." And people asking me like, "Wow, you know, where's your videos? How come?" And I'm like, "You don't see the new stuff I put up so far, that, you know, in the last week or two." So please make sure you're subbed, you have the notification thing turned on, and please share Covert Radio. You know, I truly understand why they want to eliminate millions and millions of people. White, black, yellow, red. It's not a race. The racism is for us to fight each other, to keep us busy, so we are not paying attention to who's really causing our problems, who's really initiating control over us, who's really setting policy, who's really printing the money, who's really setting the debt, who's really controlling the income to debt ratio. You know, so we don't pay attention to any of that. We're given social media, we're given 70-inch televisions for $200, we're given racism and other topics, but those are the high-end, high-button issues. But this isn't about race, you know. But I do understand why these elitists want to destroy millions and millions of people, why they don't care. I'm going to tell you a true story. It's going to take 1 minute. But first, let me ask you a question. When you're walking down the street, or say you're walking into a store or something, and somebody's sitting out front or standing out front, they're like, yo, man, can I, you got $1? Do you have an extra $1, man? Can I get $1? How does that make you feel? You feel, I mean, some people are like, oh yeah, no problem. Here, I got $1. And then most people are annoyed by it. They get angry sometimes. They don't want to be bothered. They ignore them. They act like they didn't hear them. So imagine that on a global level. Okay, now you're starting to understand how these people actually look at us. And the 97, 98% of all of us down here, they despise us. We're an annoyance to them. We're just breathing up their oxygen. We're crowding their highways. And really, they don't, they live in their ivory towers anyway, but they have nothing but disdain. They don't have too much compassion. They actually get off on hurting us and, holding cures for certain diseases that they get to divvy out who they want. You notice there are presidents that don't die of diabetes. They don't die of heart disease. They don't die of, you know what I mean? Like there's a class of people, there's senators that seemingly just never get sick. They never die, but they can do all the pills, drink all the high-end alcohol, but they never get sick. Even look at Ted Kennedy, all them years, blown out alcoholic, red-faced, killing people, never went to prison, never stayed in the Senate. You know what I mean? Like, it's a different world, and it's actually coming to a head. It really, truly is. And if you don't see that, then you're not paying attention. But I do understand why these people want to eliminate millions of people, because I see them every day. True story. I had to go get cereal a little while ago. My choices were go to Walmart or go to like a dollar store. So I'm like, I haven't been to Walmart in about a month. The dollar store, normally pretty heavy-handed about masks. I don't wear a mask, so I'll go to Walmart because they don't even say anything. They've never one time ever in the last year almost have said anything to me about a mask. I don't wear them. I can't breathe in them. I hate them, all that. Okay, so yeah, whatever. If I get it, I get it. It's like I'd rather get it over with. I'm starting to feel like I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to jinx. My dad died of it. Okay. So I do have family that whatever, they have died of it, or it was put on their death certificate. 80, 90 years old, but whatever. And, but I would choose to get the antibodies. Personally, that's just me. That's my own personal choice. Because I don't even get the flu shot. And I'm never getting a shot of nothing. Okay? Whatever. That's just me. I'm not advocating that. I'm just telling you a personal story, okay? Personal situation, choice, preference. But I went to Walmart and I was getting a box of cereal. And I hear like this commotion about this dude talking about, all I want was a punk of pie. I just wanted some punk of pie. Like going on and on and on and on about punk of pie. I just wanted my punk of pie. You got the da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. And he's walking, it's him and this. I mean, they're both obviously addicts. I couldn't tell what they were on. But it's more of a speed, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's, those pills that make you, what are they? Suboxones or whatever. If you take enough of them, you speed your balls off. Like, it's either that or some kind of pill that was making them, speed. Their eyes are bulging out of their head, and he's maybe 110 pounds, and he's like 5'5", and he's like walking on his tiptoes. You know what I'm talking about? The bandanas backwards, and wife beater, but it's like 20 degrees out, and maybe just white trash, like straight up white trash. And he just keeps going on and on about punk of pie. I just wanted my punk of pie. And there's a whole rack of punk of pie. It's like $2 for $1. They're these little pies that's like There's apple, there's cherry. Normally there's pumpkin, but there was no pumpkin today for whatever reason. They probably sat there for a month and now they're thrown away or sent to the dollar store, which is, where they buy all of the, the rotting and expired food. Okay? There's no pumpkin pie, but my man keeps going on and on about pumpkin pie. I just wanted my pumpkin pie. Like, he's pissed, and he's like storming around. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know. I don't get it. But I'm like, what? I think to myself, and I try not to take it personal, but I do, because I have to ask the question: what gives you the right to do this? What gives you the right to do this, to interrupt my shopping experience, to invade my ears? I've said since day one, that's actually the motto of Covert Radio. Your eyes and ears have no firewall. So you must protect them. You have to make sure you're getting the right information, because you're compromised every day, all day. Your eyes and ears have no firewall. So you have to be vigilant about what goes into your eyes, what you watch, what goes into your ears, into your mind, what you hear. And I'm like, what gives you the right to stomp around on your tiptoes with your skin-tight Levi's jeans on and wife beater with your bandana on and tarnished silver chain talking about my pumpkin pie? All I want was my pumpkin pie. Like, what gives you the right to do that? And then what? You're going to go and threaten this one or threaten that one about, I don't understand where this ever, I understand where. I just don't understand why. This, level of me, my world, what I want, and this, just rude, immoral, way of life. The way of being. He wanted his pumpkin pie, and that was it. That was it. Screaming, literally yelling through the store. And I'm just like, what gives you the right? I will literally, with one hit, launch you over the freezers. Literally, with one uppercut, you will launch out of your high top Avias and land on your back in the next aisle over. Okay, that's reality. That is reality. And I'm starting to get war thin with it all, because this type of behavior is actually enforced, and they've made it okay. They've made it okay to act out and be a fool and be immoral and be rude and be just abrasive. They've made it okay. And the people who run shit, I understand when they see stuff like this, they're like, I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. Just like this guy here. And this is just one little example. Let me play this for you guys here.
A man in Tennessee has 30 children with 11 different women, and he is 33 years old. Now, according to CNN affiliate WREG, he is now begging the state to help him pay his child support. I want to bring back in Sunny Hostin. She's on the case with us, as always. And Sunny, I know. I know some of the moms are only getting a couple of dollars a month for child support in and of itself. Do you actually think the state is going to say, okay, buddy, you got 30 kids, we're going to help you?
I don't think so. I got to tell you, Brooke, you and I talk about a lot of things on this program, and I am rarely stumped and
it's
don't
a
have
stump
much to
moment
say,
for you.
But it's a stump moment for me. I mean, I can talk to a wall, and I don't know what to say about this guy. I mean, the bottom line is, in Tennessee, when he is working his minimum wage job, he is supposed to give 50% of his paycheck to the 11 women that he fathered these children with, and they are supposed to divide it equally. The problem is some of the women are only getting $1.49 because he does work minimum wage. So just this week, he appeared in court, and he's asking the court to give him a break on those payments, on the $1.49 that he's giving to help support his children. I don't think that the judge is going to help him out,
What gives you the right, there, Tennessee man, father of 30, probably more by now, what gives you the right to do this, to be so unresponsible, to be so immoral? That's immoral. I don't know anybody that could afford 30 children to the point of ensuring that they have the best opportunities and the best chances possible. Nobody. Well, I can't say nobody. I mean, the people in the upper echelon of society who look at people like this with nothing but hate and disdain, they could do it. They have big families, but even 30 is just ridiculous. But what gives you the right to do this? After 2, why didn't you say to yourself, well, I got 2 kids. It's going to take a lot for me to take care of them. I'm going to do what it takes. No, you had 28 more children, and I guarantee you that you've had more. This story's a few years old. But what gives you the right? What gives you the right? Like this guy here. Just let me play this one for you real quick.
Next, we're in Miami, Florida, where Judge Nusheen Safi is about to recognize a familiar name on her bond hearing docket.
Johnny Ray Smith Jr. Oh my God.
These two have a storied history, and you're going to hear all about it.
The same charges, that same baby mama, she did the same thing that the wife did. I left the house like you told me.
In a previous domestic case, Smith was convicted of criminal mischief, and Judge Safi advised that he leave the home where he'd been staying with the complainant. In that same case, Smith revealed to the court that he had fathered more than 30 children. And apparently still counting.
Remember she was pregnant and she had another kid, so I'm at 40 now.
And that's your argument? Wait, that's your argument for you want me to let you out?
No, not that. No, listen.
Do you remember that birth control extra I gave you back when you only had 31 kids?
I listen to you, listen. I swear I listen to you. I just moved out. I stay on my own. I got a new girlfriend. That's what she mad about.
I don't blame her.
But listen, I left. I never went back to the house. I never called.
You didn't listen to anything I said.
No, I did. I left. You told me to leave.
Also, no more kids.
Similar to his previous case, Smith's charges today include criminal mischief and burglary related to incidents involving another mother of some of his children.
Yeah, I was...
Mr. Smith, how about if you be quiet for a minute?
Okay, no problem.
Try doing that for 1 minute, if you can.
All right.
As the judge goes through the case file, a public defender chimes in.
Your Honor's history with Mr. Smith and knowledge of Mr. Smith, as well as the allegations before the court at this point.
Just make it clear that my history with him is as a judge.
Mr. Smith.
You're not staying there, correct?
I did exactly what you told me. I left. No.
Mr. Smith, just answer yes or no.
Can I put him on, I don't know, vasectomy?
Please don't do it.
Judge, say
please don't do what? Please don't. I mean, obviously that's illegal. No judge can order yet, I should say, yet. No judge can order somebody to have a vasectomy, but then he's like, please don't do that. But you're creating a small town of fatherless children. There is no way that you can be a father to 41 kids. There's no way. And then when they grow up, I understand. I get it. I know why we're targeted. I understand it. And there are millions of people that understand it. There's a line out of one of my favorite movies, which is A Christmas Carol. Some call it Scrooge. Some, people who have produced it call it Scrooge. Some call it the original Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I binge watch them all winter. since the 1935 and the one in the 50s, the one in the 60s. Disney's done one. There are newer ones. There's one with Henry Winkler called An American Christmas Carol, but it all follows the story of, that Charles Dickens wrote. There's actually a brand new one that came out within the last year or two. It's okay. But it talks about the poor and destitute. And Scrooge, they were asking him, like, well, don't you want to donate any money? Scrooge is, in those times, a millionaire. And they're like, well, these two guys were going around Christmas time collecting money to help buy the poor some, food and drink to make their Christmas a little merrier. Similar to the Salvation Army people standing out front of businesses and ringing their bell. You can give them money. People like Scrooge, which are actually the people that run this world, will never give. They will never give and give. They just won't. And Scrooge actually was offended. Ebenezer Scrooge was offended by them asking him. And he's like, aren't the workhouses still in order? Aren't the, the jails, the prisons, and, and they're like, well, yes, they are. Because the workhouses were horrible back in Europe and England. And, well, I'm not getting into that. But look into it for yourself. The workhouses were almost like a prison camp. And, they literally had to bust rocks. Like, it's crazy. And that's what the men did. The women had other chores to do. But, Scrooge is like, well, good. Good. 'Cause great. I thought for a moment my taxes weren't paying for these institutions no longer. So I'm paying for them through taxes, but you want more money off me. How much longer are people going to give to the poor and the destitute? That is the question, the very real question we're dealing with today. I want to remind you guys of something. What's coming is a digital tyranny, a technologically controlled medical tyranny is what's coming. All the zombie movies have brought us to this point. All of the utopia, and I'm talking like movies like Elysium, The Hunger Games, all of these just dark movies where the elite, their lives continue. They have life extension. They have the best healthcare. They have the best everything. And all of us down here are cattle that are sick, hungry, starving. Let me ask you, how much longer do you think that they're going to, play the facade? It's all breaking down right now. It is all breaking down right now. I'm keeping this short. It's at 20 minutes. I'm literally going to close this, and I'm going to use this as a preamble to my new video that I'm going to put up right after this. Because I'm going to stop this. I'm just going to hit record again. Because this is nothing what I wanted to talk about. This is just something that, literally happened to me before, like an hour or two ago. So, I just wanted to tell you guys this quick story and, remind you that the poor and the destitute, they're going to be put away very, very soon. Very, very soon. All the major cities have made concerted efforts. You can look at a lot of news articles. Where have all the homeless gone? In San Francisco, there used to be homeless everywhere. Now there's hardly any. But then, they're in pockets here and there. Las Vegas, I covered that a year or two ago. There are millions and millions of homeless people, but there are also millions of homeless people disappearing. How much longer do you think the facade is going to go on? Once they're able to digitally control us through the means of tracking, through the RFID trackers, the cashless system, which is literally 12 to 18 months away. We need to wake up, is what we really, really need to do. We need to wake up and just get out of this feeling of hopelessness. Well, what are we going to do about it? Listen, I have a plan. As crazy as you may think that sounds, I have a plan. And, it truly, I would like to have somebody to tell me another plan or something better than what I'm proposing. But we're at a point of do or die right at this moment, because we can no longer rely on the structure of how it's set. Everything is stacked up against us. And we are literally in the devil's house in a room screaming our heads off for help. But you have to understand something. It's only a matter of time before the devil finds the room we're in, and then we're going to get dealt with. So there have been millions of accounts purged in the last 24 to 48 hours. The technical, tyrants, the tech tyrants in Silicon Valley now have the power to silence the President of the United States of America, which is supposed to be the most powerful and shining beacon of light on the hill for the entire world. And now we're setting the precedent that the President of the United States can be silenced? Shut up. Even though this person was elected, duly elected, fairly elected in 2016 by millions and millions and millions of Americans. Shut up. And we have the power to do it, and nobody is doing anything about it. My next video is going to propose what I've done. I'm going to show you what I've done. I've sold all my Twitter stock. I'm going to let you know why. And I'm going to clue you in something you may not know about social media. So come right back, or if you hear this later down the road, it's going to be the very next video after this one here. I'm Covert Radio. If you want to become a patron and support this type of media, that'd be great. I'm really trying to work on shorter shows for 2021. I'm trying to reach out to some new people. So that's the only reason I'm cutting this one short. Or this would have been folded into, like, the Sunday show or something. But click on the next video, and I'm gonna clue you in a little bit of how dangerous social media is, and the persuasive psychology that is behind manipulating all of us. Okay? You guys take care. Have a good day.